What up, though? What up, though? It's the one and only Akil, aka Intelligent Rebel with metal aiming at devils on all levels and pedestals. Welcome to the first of hopefully many episodes of my new sports show. I ain't calling this a podcast. You can call it a podcast if you want to. I ain't calling this a podcast. This is my new sports show coming through in the clutch. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Coming through in the clutch. A new sports show. We talking sports, and all sports. You understand me? And everything that has to do with sports. If something political is happening and it's intertwined with sports, we talking about it. If it's racial and it's intertwined with the sports, we gonna talk about it. We talk about the real. You understand me? Look here. I ain't one of these talking heads, from the big networks, the ESPNs, the FS1s, and the CBS Sportses, and all that. Nah, I ain't one of them talking heads. What I am is one, a fan, and two, a former athlete myself. You understand me? So this is what we gonna do. Yeah, I know it's 9-something in the morning. By the way, it's Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. I wish you many more. You understand me? So this is what we gonna do. Like I said, I'm a fan and I do have an athletic background. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my athletic background. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to talk about the show, how it was conceived, give you a little bit of the show's history, give you a brief rundown of what we're going to talk about today. I don't know exactly how long this is going to take. This may be a 15-minute show. It may be a 30-minute show. Who knows? All I know is however long I decide this going to be, it's how long it's going to be. You understand me? So let's go to my athletic background. Real quick, you see the hat, you see the background. You understand me? Shout out to the Michigan Wolverines. Yeah. Put a whooping on Ohio State. Yet again, it's becoming routine. My fault, that team up north. Ha! Whatever, is becoming routine. Let's keep the routine going. Shout out to the Michigan Wolverines. If I'm not mistaken, we got the #1 high school recruit in the country. Yeah. Shout out to Coach Sharon Moore. You understand me? I know we're going to a bowl. Which one? I have no idea. But let's go to that bowl. Treat it like it's a national championship. Go out there, defeat our opponent. Go into next year ready to whoop ass and take names. You understand me? Nah. You see this hat right here? I'm about to fuck you up with something real quick. You see the hat right here? Born bred. What up, though? West Side Schoolcraft. You understand me? Shout out to my East Side peoples, my Southwest peoples up in the motherfucking D. East Side, West Side, Southwest. I would say shout out to the Burbies, but y'all come down to the city, trash my city, and then talk shit about my city when you go back to your plush homes. At any rate, now, here's what's about to mess you up. Now, born bred in the D, but I am, yeah, baby. How about them Cowboys? Lifelong Dallas Cowboys fan. How? Quick story. So, long time ago when I was a young boy, you know what I'm saying, just watching sports for the first time, I was watching the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns at Texas Stadium. I forget who the running back was, but he was running and I was cheering and cheering. And ever since then, when I was getting older and started to actually understand the game and things of that nature, hey, I just always been a Cowboys fan. And please believe, when I was living in Detroit, I was catching all kinds of grief, and I still catch grief till this day about this right here. And I'm gonna talk about this. Unfiltered truth about this right here coming up. So, yes, fan. my home. Now, let's get to my athletic background. Like many, my athletic background starts in the hood, in the streets. Yo, when I was a young buckaroo, me and my peoples, oh shit, hold on, let me see. No, I know we doing our thing. So, when I was a young buckaroo, you know what I'm saying? Me and my peoples, we would play tackle football in the field. You understand? No equipment, no helmet, shoulder pads, cleats, none of that. We play pick 'em up, mess 'em up. You know what I'm saying? We played tackle football. Yo, motherfuckers had bruises, bumps, contusions, knots. You know what I'm saying? Internal damage. We didn't care. We played football, and if it was sunshine, rain, sleet, snow, we didn't give a damn. We was young, wild, young, dumb, full of bubblegum. We ain't care. Let's see here. We played basketball at the homie's house. You know what I'm saying? If you play basketball in the hood, you know it's always one or two cats on the block. You know what I'm saying? You go to their crib when you want a ball. Now, sometimes you had a rim out in the street, you know what I'm saying, where the community can come on in. But other times you had to go to where the damn rims at, where the hoopers was at, had to go to the house, knock on the door. Hey, how you doing, Miss Jackson? Hey, can we play basketball with Brandon today? If she say, yeah, we go ahead, we do our thing. But I'm going to tell you, the very first time I played basketball in the hood, the rim was a milk crate. You're damn right. We cut the bottom out that bad boy, and the backboard was what? Wood. You know what I'm saying? We nailed the damn milk crate, nailed it to the backboard, and we nailed it to the tree. You understand me? Playing in the backyard. You understand me? We ain't need no gym. We made our own. That's how it went down. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my people, David, Andre, Deshaun, Brian, Wayne. You know what I'm saying? We played ball back in the day. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. So I started. But the thing is, I wanted to play organized football. Football was always my sport. I got a tattoo of the number 84 with a football right here on my right arm. You know what I'm saying? I'll show it to you. But I was always slim, so my mom, she didn't let me play sports like that. She didn't let me play organized unless it was basketball or track and field. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and fast forward. When I went to school down south at St. Andrew Swanee, shout out to the Mountain Lions. Yeah, yeah. St. Andrew Swanee, when I went there from, 98 to 01, it was a college prep boarding school. I had no parental supervision. I could play whatever sports I wanted. So for 3 years, I played varsity football, basketball, and track. My fourth year, my final year, I was ineligible due to age. However, I started my sophomore and junior campaign. So real quick. So I was in high school 6 years. Not because I was some dumb cat, but I was in high school in Detroit for 2 years. When I went to Tennessee, I had to repeat the 10th grade. Right? And then I failed that 10th grade year and had to repeat the 10th grade again. I was in the 10th grade for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? I graduated at like 19 years old or whatever the case. I ain't ashamed. Fuck y'all. I ain't ashamed. At any rate, my first 3 years, I was eligible. I didn't start my first years in basketball or in football because we had a receiver. I believe his name was Sam Harvey at the time. Shout out to Sam. Our quarterback was Keith Mayfield. Shout out to Keith Mayfield. My quarterback, once they graduated, was Justin Timberlake. Justin, is it Timberlake? I don't know if it's Timberlake, but I know it's Justin. Shout out to Justin. You know what I'm saying? And, I was able to shine, playing football. I received a letter of interest or a letter of intent or some letter. I want to say a letter of interest. That's more accurate. A letter of interest from the University of Louisville. By the way, shout out to my high school football coaches. So we had Coach Warner, who was an older gentleman when I first got there. Shout out to Coach Ladd, you know what I'm saying? He was our trainer and everything. Shout out to Coach Lucas. He played at Franklin and Marshall, so he had experience and he was our coach, for my remaining years there. At any rate, I had a letter of interest from the University of Louisville. Nothing happened after that, unfortunately. In basketball, I didn't start my first year. I started my final years of playing, my final 2 years of playing. Shout out to Vincent Benjamin, who is our point guard, Keenan Benjamin, Jeff Burke, John Skidmore, David Goslin, PJ Burke, Spencer. I know I'm missing a couple names. Forgive me. Even shout out to Coach Seidler. I never liked your ass. I'm just gonna keep it real. I never liked your ass. Never liked you. But you know what I'm saying? You as our coach, you know what I'm saying? Greatly appreciated. If I'm forgetting any names from the basketball squad, I apologize. I got yearbook pictures I'll show you in another episode. At any rate, did my thing in basketball, but individually, I really shined in track and field. Shout out to Coach Ellis Mayfield. You know what I'm saying? Hope all is well with you. I really shined individually in track and field. Next episode, I'll show you my medals, things like that. In the years that I was eligible, 98, 99, and 2000, I placed in state in multiple events, long jump, triple jump. I did long jump, triple jump, high jump, 100, 200, 4x1 relay. I don't think we did a 4x2 relay, but you know, I did shot put, did discus, the whole nine. So I did that in high school, did my thing. I got awards and all that good stuff. Excuse me. I got awards and all that good stuff. Then let's see here. Fast forward. I didn't play in college, which is all good. Fast forward. I'm still a fan though, still a fan. Fast forward. I want to say this was 2000, I want to say 2006, 2007 maybe? But I played a year semi-pro football for the Southern Michigan Timberwolves. Shout out to my man's Cam Watson. He was the linebacker. We worked together. He was my supervisor. We was rent-a-cops at the time. We was rent-a-copping and all that. You know what I'm saying? Parking lot pimping and all that. Can't tell you those stories because I think he married now and everything like that. And his wife might leave him. At any rate, it don't matter. Yeah, I did that for a year. I would have continued. However, due to politics, I was traveling 50 miles every damn practice, right? But then come game day, the cats that wasn't at practice would just show up on game day and fucking start and play and all that. And I'm like, I ain't got time for that. I'm wasting gas, this, that, and the third, but I love the experience. We didn't get paid. The semi-pro now, Southern Michigan Timberwolves. We ain't get paid. Nigga, if you got injured, if you ain't have insurance, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. You understand me? So I did that. Let's see here. Caught a touchdown in front of my brother. Shout out to my big brother. I can call him. He can damn attest. Caught a touchdown in front of him. It was my only touchdown of the year. Could have been more. I dropped a couple passes here and there. Didn't get looked at as much from time to time. But I love the experience. I love the camaraderie. That's the thing about sports. Sports is about camaraderie, right? You could be of different races, different ethnic backgrounds, religious backgrounds. But when you come together as a team in sport, you have one goal, and that is to win. And nobody is above the team. And that's one thing that I love. That's why I can shout out these cats. And, we're friends on Facebook. I'm pretty sure they'll shout me out as well. So that's a little bit of my athletic background. So I still play, correction. I ain't gonna say I still play. I haven't played basketball. Hold on one second. I need to get some more of this stuff. Oops. Hennessy, the drink of the Negro for a very long time. Shout out to Hennessy. This is free advertising. If my show ever do numbers, Hennessy, holla at me. I'm just saying, whatever. I'm just saying. Pour a little bit of that right there. Okay, so I forgot where I was because I'm actually kind of high right now, so it don't matter. So that's a little bit about my athletic background. I wasn't no bum. When it comes to basketball, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't played basketball seriously since the president was smoking Newports on the front lawn. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie to you. But don't get it twisted. Cats that know me, back at home, that's bored with me, they'll tell you, Your boy got skill. Your boy can ball. Your boy can shoot. Your boy can play a little defense. I ain't the greatest defender. I am not the greatest defender. I'm a shooter. I come through in the clutch. I'm telling you now, I take you back to the D, we hit to the damn Fitness Works. Cats know when they hear that Ric Flair, woo, that means I didn't ended another game. Don't get it twisted up in here. I ain't stretched and sick. Don't get it twisted. Put a ball in my, don't get it twisted. At any rate, I didn't play major college, didn't play in the pros, but I always remained a fan. I'm a fan of the NFL. I'm a fan of the NBA, or the NFL, or as I like to call it, Niggas Police Program. I'm a fan of the NBA. I'm a fan of NCAA. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit about my athletic background. So yeah, I know what it's like to be in the locker room. Here's a funny thing, right? Believe it or not, like sports has levels, but it's not really all that different. At its core, at its foundation, right? At the base, right? You have a locker room of players who are coming together with one goal. There's going to be locker room talk and relationships and will be created. Bonds will be held tight, things of that nature. There's always that one superstar, that one person that's a little bit better than everybody else. And yes, they receive a little bit of preferential treatment. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of the sport, you have your different personalities. And the only difference is age and money. That's it. The only difference between high school sports, college sports, and pro sports is age and money. The core and foundation is the same. The locker room is sacred, right? There are stories like with me and some of my cats, like my basketball cats, like, yo, I'll tell this story because there's a statute of limitations and all that, and we all grown in the motherfucker. So check this out. So I want to say this was back in like, I want to say this was like 2000. I want to say 2000, because I think this was my last year that I was eligible, right? So this was high school basketball. We were playing, I want to say Father Ryan. Father Ryan at the time, because this was in the state of Tennessee. Father Ryan at the time, big time school, you know what I'm saying? Because every state has their high school that dominates. And so Father Ryan was kind of like that school. And you had BGA, Battleground Academy, a gentleman by the name of Troy Fleming, who went to the NFL. I believe he played for the Tennessee Titans, if I'm not mistaken. I actually went up against him in the long jump. It was in the long jump in states. And all that good stuff. He was a little arrogant and all that, but I get it. We even played Battleground in basketball, you know what I'm saying? Because they was in Nashville, if I'm not mistaken. At any rate, so we was playing Father Ryan and everything like that. We wasn't expected to win. We didn't win, right? But we all balled out and we had a great time and everything, right? And afterwards, man, shit, I'm not gonna name names, but we went out, man, we bought some beer. We went out 4-wheeling. We was out in the damn woods. Now keep in mind, I went to a predominantly white school. I was one of 10 black people all 4 years that I was there. And 4 to 5 of the black people were the same black people all 4 years. I BS you not. Shout out to St. Andrew Swanee. I love y'all to death. At any rate, man, we got some beer, we was drinking, and we was just talking about the season and all this other stuff. And man, I got some wild stories, and my people, they can call, man, I got some wild stories. But at any rate, I say all that to say the camaraderie when it comes to sports, man, there's nothing like it, all right? So that's a little bit of my athletic background, and my athletic background is more than a lot of talking heads. So, oh, and by the way, so this is the part of the program. So check this out. If you, for those of you listening, if you played sports, whether it be high school, college, semi-pro, pro, whatever, yo, drop your team, drop your year, position, and drop a memory in the comment section. Yeah, so whether it be high school, college, pro, semi-pro, whatever. Drop your team, rep your years, rep your position. You ain't got to put stats. I don't give a fuck about stats. Drop your year, drop your position, and give me your memory. right? Give me a memory. All right, cool. So do that in the comment section below. All right, now since we got that out the way, next up on the list, let me give you a little bit of history about how this show was even conceived or thought of. So, shout out to Black Box LOL. Shout out to Headliner News. So, me and my cousin at Black Box LOL, follow him on TikTok, follow him on Instagram at Black Box LOL. BLACKBOXLOL. Black Box LOL. So I want to say this was last year or so. Last year, me and my cousin, we was shooting a news show called Headliner News, right? Follow us at Headliner News, you know what I'm saying? Where it's comedians telling you the news, you know what I'm saying? There's some points in time, there's a comedic twist, more so when I did Coming Through in the Clutch, which was a sports section of the show. So I did my little thing, you know, went over highlights, things of that nature. Yeah, things of that nature, scores, highlights, and things of that. So once we stopped recording Headliner News, we stopped recording Coming Through in the Clutch. You know, I just didn't think about it because I was off writing and performing stand-up comedy. For those of you that do not know, I'm also a stand-up comedian. I'm also a poet, spoken word artist, athlete, all-around performer, all that good stuff. Follow me on TikTok at My Name Is Akil. I'm going to create a Coming Through in the Clutch for TikTok and Instagram as well. So yeah, we're going to do that as well. But yeah, so at any rate, this is how the show was conceived. So it was originally conceived as a segment, a sports segment of any news show, because all news shows have sports segments. And then I was like, you know what? Everybody got their damn sports shows and talking heads and all this other mess. The hell, I got opinions on sports. You know what I'm saying? Why not me? You feel me? So I was like, you know what? Hey, cuz I'm going to go ahead and get Coming Through in the Clutch. We gonna get that going. So I was like, bump it. Let's get it going. This right here again is the first episode. So today's episode is gonna be an NFL, or again, as I like to call it, the Niggas Police Program, an NFL heavy show. Right? Before we get into the NFL, I got a segment I'd like to introduce called Akil's Point of View. This segment, I give my point of view on a sports topic or a hot button issue or something like that. And I want you to let me know in the comments your opinions. So for this first episode, I'm going to give you Akil's point of view on the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. Let's get to it. So a couple of weeks ago, I want to say, 58-year-old former world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson fought YouTube, social media, boxing influencer. I don't know what this motherfucker do. Jake Paul, right? It was Jake Paul because he got a brother, Logan Paul, right? So Jake Paul, right? It was on Netflix. More people watched than anything on Netflix, as far as I know. And if you watched on Netflix like I did, you also encountered some buffering problems. Thank you, Netflix. But let's talk about this fight, right? I was actually excited for the fight because I was watching Mike Tyson's training videos like everybody else. And the fact of the matter is that brother was looking good. He was like he was looking good. He was looking good. Now, this is before I knew and everybody else came to realize, I ain't gonna even lie, I realized it too, that the fight was rigged. It was set up. So, I'm watching the fight. Oh, and real quick, the undercard, Serrano, I want to say she got robbed. Some chick named Katie won the fight, but Serrano got robbed. At any rate, it come time for the Mike Tyson fight. And when you watch the fight, in the first round, Mike Tyson was the old Mike Tyson. He was moving. You know what I'm saying? He even wound up his little Mighty Mouse from down Florida and even connected with Paul a couple of times. Paul was like, woo, woo. hold up, nigga. Hold up now. You hit me, nigga. Hold on, you hit me. You ain't supposed to do that now. Hold on now. And then, you know what I'm saying, they're doing a little boxing and, you know, a little back and forth and everything like that. Then it's the second round. And I believe it was in the second round, there was a time like they got together because Mikey was still trying to hit it. He was in it. He was trying to give it to him. And then they got together and it was like, Paul was like, hey, my man, you got to last 8 rounds, 16 minutes. You can't be doing all this now. We got some money on the line. We got money on the line. Mike Tyson's like, okay, I got you. And then next thing you know, for the next 6 rounds, Mike Tyson was like this. The whole round. And I'm like, okay, this is fixed. Now the fix is in. Now the fix. Okay. Now, let's keep it real. Okay. Some people may be upset that the fight was rigged. I'm not, but I kind of am. Right? I'm a little bit mad that it's rigged for the simple fact I would love to see Mike Tyson knock Paul out. Legitimately knock him out. Because don't act like Mike ain't got no power. Don't act like Mike is just some shriveled up. Nah, B. Nah. Mike will mess you up. Mike will knock you out. I told you, he connected with Paul and Mike can knock you out. Right? But then again, I'm not mad. For the simple fact, Mike got paid roughly, I think like 20, 25 mil. Paul obviously got some more. If I'm Mike Tyson at 58 years old, even though, you know, I'm getting my weed money and things of that nature, I don't know if he's still messing with pigeons or not. I don't know. But if I was Mike Tyson, 58 years old, you offer me 25, let's just say 30 million to not knock out this boy and to let him get his shine, because it was Paul's promotion and the whole nine. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm Mike Tyson, shoot, give me the money. I'm not gonna knock out Prince Charming. Nope. I will give him a little something in the first round and a half, and then I will be a statue for the remaining of the fight and get paid. Hell, I'd do the same thing. Hell, for 25 million, Mike Tyson can knock me out. I want Mike Tyson to hit, for $25 million, Mike Tyson can hit me so damn hard, I don't remember. Nigga, I wake up in the hotel room like, how the fuck I get here? What happened? Oh, I got 25 million in my bank account. I don't give a damn what happened. But yo, yeah, the fight was rigged. I ain't disappointed because the undercard was dope. Again, Serrano was robbed. I hope Mike Tyson just sit out. There's no need to fight. You know, you got the 20 mil, 25, 30 mil. After taxes, you probably take home about 20 mil. So, you know, you good. Get your weed money. Man, do your podcast. Do your thing, Mike. Look, I ain't going to say nothing about you. To me, you are still the Mike Tyson that bit Holyfield's ear. You bit a chunk of that man. You bit a chunk of that man's ear off and spit it out. If I saw Mike Tyson walking down the street, I'm crossing that motherfucker. I don't want no trouble. I don't want no beef. So yeah, that's Akil's point of view on Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Let me know in the comments your point of view. Do you think the fight was rigged? And if you do think the fight was rigged, if you were Tyson, would you participate in said rigging? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you will. Especially if you was getting them PPP low. Anyway. All right then, so that was Akil's point of view. So, now it is time to talk about the Niggas for Lease program, or as everyone else knows it, as the NFL. So, this upcoming week, the NFL will be in week 14. Week 14, which means we got 3 more weeks left. 3-4 more weeks left until the playoffs. Now, Real quick, let me go over the playoff picture. I'm going to go over the playoff picture in both the AFC and the NFC. We're going to start in the AFC because alphabetically, A comes before N. Now, if the playoffs were to end today, these would be the teams that would be in. Your AFC leaders: Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Houston. Your wild card teams: the LA Chargers, Baltimore Ravens, Denver Broncos. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, in my mind, have a legitimate shot of winning the Super Bowl. Again, Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore all have a legitimate shot at winning the Super Bowl. Not just getting there, but winning, and all for different reasons. Kansas City, of course, you got Patrick Mahomes. They're the defending champion. You have Andy Reid, you have Travis Kelce. They are the defending champions. Back to back, and they trying to go back to back to back. They have the experience. They have the quarterback. Their defense is playing pretty good football as well. Just saying. Buffalo. Every team has a time when their time is coming, then every team has a time when their time is now. The Buffalo Bills have felt like their time has been coming for a while now. They have to go against Patrick Mahomes. Been to the AFC Championship game, but Mahomes. Could this be the year that the Buffalo Bills, led by Josh Allen, quarterback Josh Allen, finally make it to the Super Bowl? I don't know. Pittsburgh. Even though they did not beat my Cowboys, shout out to my boy Aaron, you know what I'm saying? He a Pittsburgh fan, you know what I'm saying? You didn't beat my Cowboys, I don't give a fuck what you do. At any rate, Pittsburgh, if you ask me, has a very, very good chance of actually winning the Super Bowl. They have very good quarterback play in Russell Wilson, right? Who has found rejuvenation in Pittsburgh, right? Now, Pickens, he's immature, the wide receiver. He's very immature. I get that. But you got a good defense. You have a hell of a head coach in Mike Tomlin. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. Man has not had a losing season in his career. He has a Super Bowl championship. Some people in Pittsburgh don't want his black ass to succeed. Some people in Pittsburgh want his black ass out. To hell with you that want Mike Tomlin out. Keep Mike Tomlin in forever, ever. Forever, ever, forever, ever? Yes. Pittsburgh has a chance. Baltimore Ravens. Reigning regular season MVP Lamar Jackson. You have King Henry in the backfield. You have you had the tight end. Is it Andrews? I want to say Mark Andrews, right? And Baltimore is known for having a great defense year in and year out. They're known for playing, if anything, good defense. Never piss poor defense. Bare minimum, good defense. But let's keep it real. Patrick Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl and won it. Russell Wilson has won the Super Bowl. He's been there twice. Josh Allen, who's the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills, he's been to the AFC Championship game. Lamar Jackson has been to none of those. Yes, he has 2 MVPs, working on a third. We'll get to that later. But when it comes to the postseason, he has not gotten to the promised land. Promised land. So, we'll see. But again, those are the AFC matchups. Kansas City, not matchups. These will be these will be the teams. The playoffs started today. These are the teams that will be in. Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Houston, LA Chargers, Baltimore, and Denver. Let me know in the comments who your Super Bowl pick is amongst these AFC teams. Let me know in the comments who your Super Bowl pick is, or who you think will make it to the Super Bowl and why. All right, let's go to the NFC. Now, of course, my Dallas Cowboys are not in the playoff picture as of right now. We're not mathematically eliminated, but it's a long shot. So at any rate, if the playoffs were to start today, these are the NFC teams that are in. Your leaders: Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, Seattle Seahawks, Atlanta Falcons. Your wildcard teams: Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, Washington Commanders. Now, I look at this bunch, right? Detroit, Philly, Seattle, Atlanta, the leaders. The only team that I trust, believe it or not, is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions, I'm from there. I was there during 0-16. I know about the history. Detroit is playing great football right now. Jared Goff, Los Angeles, LA Rams, castaway. Come to Detroit. You might win a championship. No different than the Detroit Pistons in 04. How many castaways did they have on that team? You never know. Detroit is playing good football. They came real close last year, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a fan. Since Dallas wasn't gonna do nothing, I became a fan. But I like Detroit. You got the Philadelphia Eagles. They've been to the Super Bowl. I like Jalen Hurts. Do I trust the Philadelphia Eagles? I don't know. I don't trust the Atlanta Falcons right now. The Atlanta Falcons, they started out real well. They got the $100 million quarterback, Kirk Cousins. 4 interceptions, my man. Come on now. That's $25 million in interception, Doc. Get it together. Hell, pay me $100 million. I'll throw 4 interceptions a game for $100 million. Now, I look at Minnesota. Sam Darnold is having some kind of career resurgence, right? He was in He was in Carolina. He was in Carolina. Didn't do too good in Carolina. But he's in Minnesota because my man McCarthy from Michigan Wolverines, he got injured. So Sam Darnold is the quarterback. Do I trust the Minnesota Vikings to make it to the Super Bowl? The NFC is kind of weak. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of weak. It's nowhere near as strong as the AFC, right? When I look at the NFC, I look at Detroit and I look at Detroit and I'm going to say Philly because they've been there before. Those are the only 2 teams I give a legitimate shot and give Detroit a more legitimate chance of making it to the Super Bowl. Because again, the AFC is heavy. The AFC got heavy hitters. I'm talking Tysons, Foremans, Ali's, Lewis's, all of them. Spinxes, that's what the AFC got, you know. The NFC got some Tyson, got some Furies, maybe a couple Deontay Wilders, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me, motherfuckers. Facts. Don't get mad at me. Let me know in the comments. Who your NFC favorite is. Who is your NFC pick to make it to the Super Bowl? Is it the Detroit Lions, Philadelphia Eagles, Seattle Seahawks, Atlanta Falcons, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, or Washington Commanders? Let me know in the comments. So, real quick, I want to talk about 3 games to watch. for this upcoming schedule for week 14. I want to talk about 3 games to watch. So the first game I want you to keep an eye on is the aforementioned Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers. Now, I should say, correction, Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions. Again, the Lions are 11-1. The Packers are 9-3. Fighting to stay alive in that wild card. Now, Detroit is undefeated in the division. Green Bay is 1-2 in the division. They need this victory more than the Lions do. And we all know division games you can never tell. Because they're division. You know each other. We know this. So, Detroit could be on upset alert. Yeah, I said it. Detroit could be on upset alert. Do not take the Green Bay Packers lightly. Don't you do it. They will come up for a field and they will put a whooping on that ass if you are not prepared. But I think Dan Campbell will have that team prepared. But that's a game to watch for. I'll let you know what time and everything like that. As a matter of fact, hold up, I'll let you know. So that's going to be on Amazon Thursday. Oh, that's in a couple of days. Show you right. That's going to be Thursday. Amazon, 8:15. Tune in to that. Let's see here. The next game I want you to look at is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Minnesota Vikings. Now, Minnesota is favored at -5 and the over-under is at 45.5. When it comes to the Pack and the Lions, Detroit is favored at -3.5 and the over-under is at 51. When it comes to the Falcons and Vikings, this is a crucial game right here. The Falcons, they don't want to lose. They don't want to lose any more ground in the NFC South. Tampa Bay's creeping, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I have a lot of faith in the Atlanta Falcons right now. Again, 4 interceptions last week. 4 interceptions, 25 million in interception. You cannot do that. Bijan was getting work. Bijan was getting that work. But Cousins, leave it up to a family member. Leave it up to a cousin to fuck everything up. Might want to have damn Penix Jr. up in that motherfucker. Put the lefty in there. But at any rate, Minnesota, hey, they want the division, right? They want the division. They are in the wild card. Yes, they are in the wild card hunt. They want the division. That's what they want. So this game is crucial for both teams. Minnesota needs a victory. Atlanta, they need a victory. You do not want to lose this game, Atlanta. All right? Last but not least, a trap game. Trap game. Browns, Steelers, division game. Right? Now, the following week, Pittsburgh has a matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles. I guess it's the fight for the Steel City, the fight for brotherly love, whatever you want to call it. At any rate, the Browns, they're on the downside. Jameis Winston threw for like 1,000 yards, but threw like 1,000 interceptions and gave you classic Jameis, and Cleveland did not pull out a victory. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson threw for 1,000 yards, and Pittsburgh won in the snow. That shit was great. So my thing is, if Pittsburgh does not take care of business against Cleveland, there's a chance that they lose against Cleveland, and there's a chance that they can lose against Philadelphia. And then, if you lose against those two teams, you might lose some footing because you got Baltimore. You got to worry about Baltimore. So, trap game. Pittsburgh, handle business. Take care of Cleveland. Hold on to the division lead. All right? Hold on to the division lead. All right? So, let me know which matchup is more appealing. Which matchup is more intriguing to you? Packers versus Lions? Falcons versus Vikings? or Browns versus Steelers? Please let me know in the comments below. All right, now it's time for another Akil's point of view. Allow me to change hats. As right now, I am going to give you Akil's point of view. Get some more of this. Get some more of this stuff right quick. Get some more of this stuff. Quick. A bit more of this stuff. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I know it's early. Hennessy, drank of the Negro for as long as I can remember. All right, so let me give you Akil's point of view on my Dallas Cowboys. Again, I've been a Dallas Cowboys fan since 1985. I was there when we won 3 out of 5. I was there during the Ryan Leaf years. I was there during the Quincy Carter years, the Drew Bledsoe years, the the John Kitna years, the Ryan Leaf years. I was there the Tony Romo years, the now Dak Prescott years, the Emmett years, the McFadden years, the Julius Jones, was it Thomas Jones or Julius Jones? The Jones years. I was there. I was there during the Galloway years, the Irvin years. I was there during the T.O. years, now the CeeDee Lamb years. Like, I was there. I was there, and I'm still there. The biggest constant with the Dallas Cowboys is one Jerry motherfucking Jones. Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is the owner, general manager, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coach, and the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, what's crazy is, when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones is the Dallas Cowboys' greatest asset and greatest liability. Their greatest asset and their greatest liability. Allow me to explain. The Dallas Cowboys have not done anything of relevance, have not won a damn thing since 1995. Yet, the Dallas Cowboys are the most valuable sports franchise on the face of the earth, and I believe they're valued at, I want to say, 10 billion. What is the current value of the Dallas Cowboys? Oh, forgive me. The Dallas Cowboys are valued at 10 to 11 billion. 10 to 11 billion. Have not won a damn thing since 1995 and are valued at 10 to 11 billion. Let's put that into a little bit of context. Hold up. As a matter of fact, who are sports' most valuable franchises? So let's see here. Let's see here. So you got the Cowboys, okay? So real quick, I just want to real quick, the current ranking, right? Just the current ranking. Okay, so current ranking. You got the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles at 8 billion, New York Yankees at 7 billion, Golden State Warriors at 7 billion, New England Patriots at 7 billion. I just want to deal with those 5. Now, the Dallas Cowboys have more championships, more Super Bowls than the Philadelphia Eagles, right? Philadelphia Eagles finally won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, and they finally joined the club because the NFC East is the only division where every team is a champion. Now, the New York Yankees The New York Yankees, if I am not mistaken, has like 26 or 27 World Series championships. They were in the World Series this year, just this past season. Congratulations to the LA Dodgers. The Golden State Warriors recently won an NBA championship. Recently won an NBA championship a couple years ago. The New England Patriots have 6 Super Bowls. 6. Now, I say that to say this. Let's stick with football. Jerry Jones and Robert Kraft. The difference is Robert Kraft is intelligent enough to hire someone to handle football personnel, so all he has to do is to sign checks and get happy endings, right? Jerry Jones wants to get on radio every damn day. He wants to be the first person seen in the media after every game. He always popping off at the mouth. You are not a player. You are not a coach. You, sir, are the owner. It is your job to sign checks, hire competent personnel, and shut the fuck up. Because you have not done that, the Dallas Cowboys have been a disappointment. My Dallas Cowboys have been a disappointment since 1995. Let's look at the current state of the Dallas Cowboys, right? For some odd reason, you gave Dak Prescott $60 million. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know why you gave him the extension the first time, because I wouldn't have done that. At any rate, you gave Dak $60 million a year. He's not playing at the present time because he has a hamstring injury that requires surgery, season-ending surgery, as a matter of fact. You give him 60. You give CeeDee Lamb 30, which I understand. That's fine. CeeDee Lamb is up there with the Justin Jeffersons of the world. He is up there with the Jamar Chases. You understand me? Excuse me. He's up there with the DK Metcalfs. You understand me? He is a top tier wide receiver. Anyone says otherwise is just hating. CeeDee Lamb deserves his money. But here's the problem. You got a young man in Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is arguably, when healthy, the single most destructive defensive force in the Niggas Felice program. He is going to command top dollar, probably $30 million a year. Let's do some math. 60 Prescott, 30 CeeDee, that's 90. Another 30, that's 120 million. That's going to be invested in 3 players. How in the hell are you going to build a Super Bowl contending team around that? Especially when the most glaring problems are on the defensive side of the ball, and more specifically, the Cowboys, how can I say, the Cowboys' choice to not defend the run. Not defending the run has been the Cowboys' Achilles heel, with additional injuries, but not being able to defend the run has been the Achilles heel for God knows how long. Oh my God, for God knows how long. And yet, we've done nothing to fix that issue. Look here, in the NFL, I don't care how times evolve. I don't care how quarterbacks evolve, play calling, whatever. If you cannot stop the run, you are not going to win. If you don't have competent quarterback play, you're not going to win. If you cannot stop the run, you are not going to win. Cowboys can't stop the run. We can rush the passer, can't stop the run. Rush the passer, can't stop the freaking run. Right? So here's the thing. Mike McCarthy is in a lame duck season. I think we all know Mike McCarthy will not be here. He will not be in Dallas next year. That's fine by me. He has his Super Bowl. He can retire, go off into the sunset. That's fine by me. Bill Belichick is out there. I want Bill Belichick, but Jerry Jones's ego will not allow a Bill Belichick to get hired. Jerry Jones, once again, is the Dallas Cowboys' biggest liability. And their greatest asset, but also their greatest liability. You're stuck with Lamb and Prescott. We don't have a running game. You're stuck with Lamb and Prescott. Our offensive line needs help. We need to stop the run. We need to stop the pass. We have Micah Parsons, but who knows for how long? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Because you gave Dak 60 and CD 30, if I were you, Jerry Jones, the general manager, I would trade Micah Parsons right now and get the greatest load that I can get. And the start of negotiations would start at 2 first-round draft picks. 2 first-round draft picks. Maybe a first and a 2 first and a second. Meaning, give me your first 2 rounds this year and your first next year, and you can have them. Because if you give Micah top tier dollar, you're not going to be able to compete. You can't get rid of Prescott, at least not for another. You can't do nothing with that contract probably for another 2 years, 2.5, 3 years maybe. Can't do nothing with that contract. I think for another 2 years, if that. Yeah, probably about like 2 years. CeeDee Lamb, same. Micah has to be the sacrificial lamb due to inept management by Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, that's the state of the Cowboys. Look here, I was at the Atlanta Falcons game when the Dallas Cowboys faced the Atlanta Falcons. And after that game, I told all the Cowboy fans this, and I'm going to say this to you. As long as Jerry Jones is the owner and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, we will be either mediocre or a complete disappointment. When Jerry Jones hands over the reins through whatever means, however the reins are handed over, hopefully, Steven, his son, and next in line, right hand, whatever you want to call him, hopefully, Steven will be smart enough to sign the checks, hire competent personnel, and shut the fuck up. As long as Jerry Jones has the reins, we will not win a Super Bowl. Those are the facts. Cowboy fans all over the country, whether you're in Dallas, Detroit, no matter where you are, those are just the facts. So once Jerry Jones hands over the reins, then we'll be back on top. Until then, let's hope for a top 5 pick. All right? That was Akil's point of view. All right, so let's talk real quick about the MVP race. You got 4 weeks to go in the season. Let's talk about the NFL MVP race. Here are your top 5 candidates. I'm going to give you the 5 candidates, and I'm going to give you a quick little stat line. Lamar Jackson, quarterback, Baltimore Ravens, 8-5 record, over 1,500 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 400 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes. Oh, by the way, Lamar Jackson, he's the reigning NFL MVP. Reigning NFL MVP. Second, we got Patrick Mahomes. 11-1 record. Just over 1,200 yards passing, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 83 rushing yards. Next, we got Jayden Daniels, the surprising breakout rookie for the Washington Commanders. His team has an 8-5 record. He has just over 1,400 passing yards, has 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, just over 300 rushing yards, and 4 touchdowns. Then you have Texans quarterback, C.J. Stroud. He's not necessarily going through a sophomore slump. He's led his team to an 8-5 record. And keep in mind, they're going through injuries. They got injuries. Just over 1,500 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 75 rushing yards. Then we have a gentleman who is my favorite, who is my favorite for the MVP. And that's Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen. Now, his team has a 10-2 record. He has just over 1,100 yards passing, 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's not turning the ball over via the air. Just over 100, close to 180 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm going to tell you why Josh Allen is my MVP pick. His team has the second best record. One of the top records, I should say, top 3, top 4 record in the league. I believe Buffalo's already clinched the playoff spot. Josh Allen is playing effective football. He's playing intelligent football. He's playing MVP caliber football. He's not losing games for his team. It's not always about the flashy stats. He has a 10-2 record. Defeated Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. 10 touchdowns, no interceptions. Not turning the ball over. Efficiency. You dig? If he keeps going at this rate, he'll probably end up with about, you got 4 weeks to go. Can he get 10 more touchdowns? Maybe. Let's say 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Give him like 20-3 or something like that. If his team has like a 15-2 record, yeah, he's gonna be my MVP pick. You know, he doesn't have the luxury of having a Travis Henry in the backfield like Lamar does. It takes some attention off of him. Now, true, Josh Allen just received Amari Cooper, an incredible receiver, used to play for the Cowboys. Patrick Mahomes, he's had Kelsey for years. But Mahomes is dealing with a different cast of characters as well. It's not as familiar as it usually is. But my pick is for Josh Allen right now. You know, you can debate me on it. It's all good. It's all good. Let me know in the comment section below. As of right now, Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024, who is your MVP pick? Or MVP favorite? We got Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Jayden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, or Josh Allen. Again, let me know in the comments. Now, before we get up out of here, allow me to take this time to thank our sponsors. Even though this is our first episode, Coming Through in the Clutch does have sponsors. So, allow me to, no, we're going to do this. We're going to do this first. Yep. Bada boom, bada bing. We're going to go boom, boom, boom. All right. So, allow me to take this time to thank our sponsors. These are the entities that keep the lights on here at Coming Through in the Clutch. Faulty Sports Equipment. Protection for the underprivileged. Sports Agents. They get paid to read what the athletes can't. And sports bras. They're the granny panties of the bra community. Once again, I would like to thank our sponsors: Faulty Sports Equipment, Sports Agents, and Sports Bras. All right. Thank you for keeping the lights on here at Coming Through in the Clutch. So we're getting ready to wrap up this first episode. Before I leave you with my tagline, what we're going to do is we're going to go over a quick recap. All right. I went over my athletic history, the show's history. You know, shout out to Headline and News. Without you, there'd be no me. Gave you my point of view on Tyson and Jake Paul. It was rigged. I would have done the same thing. Games to watch in the NFL: Packers, Lions, Falcons, Vikings, Browns, Steelers. That's a potential trap game. The Cowboys, Jerry Jones needs to hand over the reins. Until he do, we're going to continue to be mediocre. The MVP race, hey, Josh Allen is my favorite. You got Lamar, Patrick, Jaden, CJ. Josh is my favorite. Who is yours? I want to thank our sponsors: Faulty Sports Equipment, Sports Agent, and Sports Bras. Before I get up out of here, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite sports quotes. So we're going to call this segment Sports Quote of the Day. And after my sports quote of the day, after my sports quote of the day, I'm going to give you my call off, and then that's going to be it. So, this comes courtesy of one of the greatest players in NBA history, the one, the only, Allen motherfucking, we talking about Practice Iverson. So, many years ago, Allen Iverson had a press conference. And during this press conference, the topic of practice came up. So allow me to play this quote from laptop shutting down because I ain't did nothing. It's all for show. At any rate, allow me to play this quote.
It's easy to sum it up when you just talk about practice. We sitting here, I'm supposed to be the franchise player, and we in here talking about practice. Well, Coach, I mean, listen, we talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that, man? We're talking about practice. I know I'm supposed to be there. I know I'm supposed to lead by example. I know that. And I'm not shoving it aside, you know, like it don't mean anything. I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man. What are we talking about? Practice? We talking about practice, man. We talking about practice. We talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We talking about practice, man. When you come in the arena and you see me play, don't you? Absolutely. You see me give everything I got, right? Absolutely. But we talking about practice right now. But it's an issue that we talking about practice. Man, I hear you. It's funny to me too. I mean, it's strange to me too. But we talking about practice, man. We're not even talking about the game, the actual game, when it matters. We're talking about practice.
Alan, is it possible, though, that from where he's coming from?
We talking about practice, not the game, not the game that I pour my blood, sweat, and tears through. Not the game. We talking about practice. Yo, that is forever going to be a classic sports quote of all time. And if any one of you have seen Allen Iverson play, you know that young man put it all on the line every motherfucking game. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first episode of Coming Through in the Clutch. I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Again, let me know in the comments your MVP pick, your favorite sports moment. If you play sports and all that, let me know in the comments. Look, on next week's show, we're going to talk about the NFL, but we also going to talk about the NBA because you got the NBA going on right about now. We're going to talk about the NBA. We're going to talk about whatever else is going on because it's coming through in the clutch. Look here, when the game is on the line, I take the last shot because I always come through in the clutch. Until next week, deuces.